We are going to try to play Minecraft today. This is Thomas V. We were working on our sky bridge and towers did stop in between. And so we move on. We are back now at the main building. Let's see. I have a little bit of glass on me. I think I will probably have to go mining. Well, not really mining. It looks like just gathering glass. So I will need some shovels. I've already connected this, which I will show you, to the village, and made a bridge going over there, and the beginnings of a bridge going out of this particular tower. The tower is not fancy or pretty in any way, shape, or form, but it is what it is. It serves its purpose, and this is where we have a little glass. And it will go out this way. I did not worry too much about the closing this off, although the villagers will come up in this place. But I think they probably have sense enough not to walk off the edge of stuff. I have seen them on high places that they did not walk off of, so that's not a concern. Just need a little bit more railing over here. All in all, it is complete. We're gonna go over here and get us some sand. I don't know if I'd trust a building on stilts and the sandy plates, that the sand is not stable. Well, sand is never stable. But anyway, that it is what it is. This is Minecraft. It's a pretend world. And you're rocking with somebody who's not a master builder. just like to enjoy themselves building things. And that would be Timeless V. It's soothing, it's calming, it's got nice calming music to it. And so that is where it is. Some dirt under there. I usually make the sky bridges kind of high, uh, just so it don't interfere with stuff that being built below it. And the whole idea of it is a straight line instead of going up and down hills or whatever, so it should be faster travel. You can also add railroad uh, um, inside there if you'd like, or make the bottom of the floor of it of the actual rail of the place out of ice with dash of pleasure. But it's high up, not to disturb any building below, and it is straight, so you don't have to go up and down hills, which makes it a faster travel. And it's a controlled environment. Um, if you like to play with monsters on, it's a controlled environment that it can be lit up and closed in enough to take you from one area to the other without having to fool with the monsters. In fact, that was my purpose that I would make them in the beginning because I didn't know how to turn the monsters off. So they became something easy for me to deal with. Now it's just nostalgia. They cause me nostalgia. I would build them in the quest of making my world lived in. And I would keep the same map for a long period of time. Build apartment buildings and all kind of stuff I build on there. I've built boat restaurants before. Let's see. My stacks are, no, I got one stack that's not full. As I fill this stack up, we can go ahead and start cooking. Only reason I do not put a bed in this place because then the villagers will start living in the tower. Unless I put iron doors on here, which that is not a plan. To look out over the land. What I should do is start making lava things. Well, they you can cook a stack with lava. I think that is something I can consider to start using. fence, red thing to make fancy. I might as well use this then. I'm waiting for that to cook. This may be too far away though. That's it. I'm gonna go ahead and leave that there. Um, we're gonna work on the tower over this way first, or just because I feel like doing that today. And I think we'll build out to the left because we have already been over to their temple over there. So we'll go on over that in that direction, probably beyond that temple to see what's beyond there, but we ain't gonna make it today, that far, but we'll be building. And the play that I was telling you guys about, Shed, not uh, Spoon Shield is the name of it. It's completed its run. Um, there, we actually have here. Oh, that wasn't the silk touch. Let me see. No, that ain't the silk touch. Get out of here. That's the silk touch. Made me waste glass. I should have looked before I used it. Anyway, we actually have Lion King here as a play. I don't think I will go see it because it costs an arm and a leg. here, but hey, it's play. Actually, one of the bigger ones coming here, so that's nice. That's like the we're trying to step up our game a little bit here where I live. New York has nice plays all the time. So the severe cases of COVID has kind of died down here, which is good. Um, I have already had 4 shots, 4 of them. And they're talking about boosters in September. Um, which is, I guess, okay. I mean, you probably gonna have to get them every year. They say the one that they're gonna give in September should be a better quality shot than the ones that they have been giving out. Okay, we will see. You know, thus far, I have been wearing my mask, but since I have 4 shots already, I kind of stop wearing my mask unless it is required. And for the most part, the United States ain't trying to care about all that. You know, that's cramping everybody's style. Hear them tell it anyway. And I think it's just the um, rebellious nature of a man. But all in all, you know, you just have to trust the Lord in things, you know, to deal with things. So I finally got to watch Spider-Man No Way Home. And it was a deal getting that video. And I also watched Sing. It was pretty good too. I enjoyed it. It was pretty funny. I think I liked Sing 2 better than Sing 1. You know, because it had more adventure, more story to it, seemed like. The other one was they were just saving a theater. And this one, spoiler alert, they were trying to prove that there was just as good as even the big time shows that, you know, I guess that was supposed to be Las Vegas or wherever, you know. But it was fun. Had a little bit of gangster, a little bit of romance, or a hearted romance. Just trying to deal with the loss of a loved one and stuff like that. It was pretty good. Making new friends. So I enjoyed watching that. We're going through, I don't watch the regular TV that much. I'll go through, I buy either old series that I think might be interesting, um, and binge watch them. Or sometimes I watch Netflix. Stranger Things is a one that's got their new season out or coming out one. I used to watch that, but then got just tired of it. I watched Agents of Shield. As it goes along. When you binge watch, you got to wait for the next season if there's one. You know, Stargirl is another show that I'll watch, but that I have to get that on video, which is fine. But it's interesting. It's sometimes you find out of obscure um, superheroes you never heard of with Marvel and DC, because they be wanting to make they seem to do quite well. The superhero shows they seem to do quite well, so they will make them even if they have to dig up a superhero you ain't never heard of, and they're fun. I guess they can, if you never heard of them, they can make it their own, and they do. Sometimes, if it's interesting enough, I'll look up the different characters on internet to see what their origin is. Because I used to think they would make these characters up. It was really obscure characters, but they actually, for the most part, normally are real characters that belong to DC or Marvel or whatever. I think Marvel's more the video movie type, and um, DC is more the more the type that would have the series. That's my guess on that. Anyway, that's what I be doing, watching the different stuff. Sometimes I will order some of the, well, lately anyway, order some of the things like to play in Japanese and stuff like that. One thing about it, you cannot get kabuki play in on video. But sometimes I watch Kabuki Cool, and they will go over different plays in English. They'll talk about them and that. And I've always been intrigued by Kabuki plays and sumo wrestling. I don't know why. I have always been intrigued by that. They used to have a black sumo wrestler, which that I thought that was quite interesting. I don't know, by now he may have retired or whatever, because I don't follow it as much as I used to. Um, they used to have it on the sports and different things on regular TV sometimes. Now they don't. It seemed to not be as prevalent, or you don't see it on regular TV. In fact, I don't know. It don't seem to be as big as it used to be. No pun intended. But I do, since I brought it up, wonder if the one guy retired by now. He should have, because he should be getting kind of on the older side for that kind of stuff. Yeah. As I was watching the news on yesterday, they were saying that the vice president has COVID, but it's the she doesn't have any symptoms or anything like that. So I'm wishing the best for her. You know, that she doesn't get symptomatic or anything like that. But otherwise, that was interesting to me anyway. You know, I have been watching, well, my usual Minecraft. I watched that a lot. I watched some different people playing Metal Gear Solid. It was interesting. Um, to watch, because it's like such a spoof on spy movies and that. And I guess they remake or put out the old one or something. I don't know what it is, but it seemed to be the thing people are playing right now. I don't know if I would be interested in it. It looks a bit tough for me. I'm looking at that overhang right there of of sand. Looks quite dangerous. Also quite tempting to go and hit it with a shovel. And anyway, yeah, I have a dentist appointment today. I got to go to the dental hygienist. Get my teeth checked and clean. I also need to go and get me some new glasses as well, but I don't want to because it costs money. And last time I went to my just regular doctor, they was asking me about did I get new glasses, and I said yeah, and I just got to get my um, glasses bomb. I just didn't go bomb. And when they checked my chart, they said, "That's you had that prescription almost a year. You ain't go bomb." I just laughed. Cause it's out of sight, out of mind. That's how I feel, you know. But I do need to do that. I have already got all the goods out of that temple over there, but that's the direction we building in. So I was playing Animal Crossing off, scratching my nose if my character's doing a freak out. That's what it is. But I was playing Animal Crossing off of my off video, and I was making some different things that I could sell. Um, just to get some stuff. I wanted to get a grandfather's clock. But sometimes if you don't get what you're gonna get at the time it's on sale, then they take it off there and you don't get it. So I was trying to make some stuff to get the pedals up, as they call it, instead of money. Get the pedals up. No, silk touch it. That is wrong. That is so wrong. And down it goes. Boom. And down it goes. But anyway, as I was saying, the same thing again. I did the same thing again. But anyway, as I was saying, when I was playing and then I was making stuff in my house looks a hot mess. It actually looks to me like a secondhand store. Hey, because I buy stuff and I ain't got the room for it. But I want to buy a grandfather clock, get it while I can, and then as my house get bigger, be able to put it out, set it out for that. But my inventory of my house is now full. So that didn't work out. I had to sit it out. That's why I said my house looked like a secondhand shop instead of a house. But what I was gonna say is Teddy Bear. Teddy came to visit. I didn't know that they could come visit because when I played in the past, I normally, if I wanted to talk to them, I'd visit their house or whatever. They never visited my house. So that was surprising to me, odd to me. And he stayed and talked as long as I would talk to him and that. And he says to me, and normally when he visit people, because my house is one room. Normally when I visit people, I have to use the bathroom, and I don't got no bathroom in my house, Teddy. But he said he usually had to go use the bathroom. And so I was thinking to myself, he better not use the bathroom on the floor. He said, but I'm not going to go to the bathroom right now. And he just was talking. He said that we was best friends and that. I was just like, I can't believe this. You know, Teddy Bear just came to the house. He said he making himself at home, which tickled me. You know, I was like, what? But hey, I guess they upping their game on the way the different characters act now. So that was it struck me as interesting anyway. I was thinking in my mind, too bad I didn't get that on video. I think I'm working on this one. Nope, no, no, working on this one because that was I thought was amusing. Mr. Teddy Bear. He asked me where my free weights was, and uh, he wanted to play a card game with me. I was just like surprised, looking shocked and amazed. Because usually the card game, the ones that play the card game, is the ones that come visit, you know, when you have your campground. And because I don't spend that much time on the game, I don't have no campground yet. And the different things, I don't know. I guess he came and do the campground card tricks with me. But I think they try to make the game characters more interesting. I know a lot of people complain about the characters and their lack of personality, but I have never played the other Animal Crossing, so I don't know what that is like. I just only played Animal Crossing New Horizons. And, you know, for me, having no experience of any of the other games, I enjoy it very much. I think it's a great game. It just takes a good while to get through paying the different things off. Um, the different parts of the house off, the remodeling, I'll put it. As the initial mortgage is probably the tent, you know, going from a tent to a house. But anyway, but all is free on Minecraft. It just has to do with your ability to build. And I think, I don't know, I haven't really looked at it. Minecraft used to have servers that you could visit. I know that because I remember one of the kids from church quite a while back told me that that he would play Minecraft on a server, on a Minecraft server that they had. So I guess maybe one day I'll check that out. You know, I don't know. Yeah, almost done making the glass. Yes, that was my phone making that noise. Yeah, it kind of goes through the different messages ringing in at a certain time. All right, I think I've gotten all the glass that I got, that I picked up. Get on up there. Oh, okay. Still working on learning Japanese. Maybe sometime I will make a video of my studies on lingo. Still, that's in that word at Duolingo sometime. This seems like for me it's just a little bit harder learning it because of the characters is they don't use the same alphabet like in English, you know, or nothing similar. And the fact that I cannot practice by speaking to someone in Japanese and asking them questions as well. That helped me in learning Spanish because when I was learning Spanish, after a while I could ask little questions and things like that. I should have put that one there. I am completely out of glass. But anyway, I could ask people questions that helped me out a whole lot. So I'm going to gather some more sand. Um, if I may, I need to put those staircase up, the spider webs up. Okay, here's spider webs. Here's that. And the reason I had the redstone on me and the spider webs on me is there's a temple near the area, my main living area that I just tore down off screen or off the video. Um, for the stone, really. And I left the traveling trader in the hole that was left there. He's probably disappeared by now. But it was just fun trapping him in there. I didn't need his leads. So I didn't do anything to him, just left him there. He has a way of being an intruder on my space. So you know what I'm gonna go do. There we go. That look neat. All right. So maybe a Instagram and a um, TikTok, of course. I don't even know why I said of course, but I made me a Instagram and a TikTok suggested by different people. Also, when you look at something and you follow the link, it sometimes it's from Twitter. It sometimes goes to TikTok or Instagram or something like that, you know. And you can't say you like the particular uh, thing on there unless you are signed up as a particular member on that. So I end up making me a TikTok and an Instagram. Oh, honey, you're steering me down, huh? Be gone, Bunny. Be gone. But I think I have to download something special to actually post on the Instagram. Haven't tried the TikTok yet, but I was gonna put my thing I put on there sometime on my Twitter. The sometime I put a have a nice Sunday little thing on there, and I was gonna also put it onto Instagram, but it was saying that I needed some kind of I don't know, some kind of special something or another, which I don't feel like dealing with it right now. So I did. So the when I was watching Sing, their main finale song was that song that "Only to Be with You." High on the highest mountain, only to be with you. And I still haven't found what I'm looking for. That song, you probably know it because it's a regular song, and it is also a crossover to a gospel song as well. And so um, it just kind of stuck in my mind from listening to it there, although I hear it on the radio all the time. And they was trying to say the lion in the show who had heartbreak because his wife died was the writer of the song. Of course, you know he didn't write that song. So I looked it up to see who really wrote the song. Um, because I usually just hear it on the. Actually, I like to listen to gospel, and I hear it on there a lot. You know, found out that they have it on just But I looked at the video, they had just a regular. It was a regular song. You know, but that's the same thing with if you used to listening to a gospel more than the other type music. Some things you don't notice um, sung both gospel and in the regular genres. And when you hear that, you be like, "Oh, that's weird," you know, because your mindset is different when you listen to gospel music as opposed to the other kind of music, because the other kind of music is a love song, but or a pep song, a pep talk song. I'll put it that way. Either a gospel song or a pep talk song, because I believe I could fly um, without when it's just regular, a song that you may hear on regular radio. It ain't popular anymore, but it was a uh, pep talk song. But in the churches, it was a gospel song. It's kind of like uh, double dipping. You know, I want everybody's money. And I think that things have gotten more way of being commercialized, than it used to be. But the beauty about games like this, Minecraft and um, Stardew Valley and Staxel and stuff like that, you can just mindlessly work on your farm or mindlessly do things as you talk, and just it's like a thinking game that you just relax and just think about things in life, which is can be therapeutic. All right, I got all my broken all my things, so I'm gonna set these to cook. And I believe I have done at least an hour on this game. I try not to go over an hour, um, although people will stream for even up to, if you want to believe it or not, 8 hours. But I try to do that. I try to keep it to an hour, under 2 hours of playtime, so that you can watch it and you know still be able to give. I'll be able to get the credit I need for the game. Of watch time. Um, if a person watches it long enough to give me credit. I know people don't always get the time to spend all day on this. So I do my best. Keep it under 2 hours. Sometimes I even actually is capable of going a little under an hour. If you want to believe that, might as well. But anyway, so with that said, as I clean out my inventory and ready for whatever, next time we play, I usually just do whatever building thing that's on my mind that I feel like doing. And today we worked on the sky bridge a little more. But who knows? I may have an idea to just to perhaps, I don't even know why I got steps. Steps aren't even used in the sky bridge. So steps got to go back the other way. But anyway, so as it is, we have done, I believe, at least an hour. And so, if you enjoyed yourself, I ask that you like And if you really enjoyed yourself, subscribe, leave me a comment if you want to. Um, I enjoyed looking at the comments. Um, and this has been Timeless V, and I am out of here. And I say bye bye.